Birdie. That's going to be right at it. Oh, we hit the hole. Oh, we got him. Yes. That's right at the pin. Ooh, that might have almost gone in the hole. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're out here on the red tees at Red Golf Course. We're going to do something a little different today. So in a lot of Bryson's videos, he's commented that hitting off the red tees is a great way to improve your game. Get used to scoring lower scores when you start getting a few pars and birdies, not getting ahead of yourself and just getting used to being able to score lower scores. So we're going to do that today. Quite a chilly morning here in Wisconsin. The cold front's just hit through. We're down around 44 degrees. Hands are a bit chilly, so not sure how the ball's going to run today. We'll see if we can shoot something under 80 and let's get going. You got the draw. We might have hit that in the bunker, hopefully over it. Okay, we've managed to go through the bunker onto the other side. We do have the tree in front of us here. I've been working on trying to get a little bit of a draw just by turning the left hand over a bit. Let's see if we can get the 3-wood to come out of here with a bit of a draw on it. The hill will help as long as we can get good clean contact. It's perfect. Gentle draw, low, running down towards the green. Probably just short. We're about 237 out. Okay, so this is perfect. We've left ourselves about 70 yards, 75 yards to a back pin. It is uphill there. Last time we were able to get almost on the green too, but we went in a bunker and that made for a really long bunker shot to the back pin. So this is definitely preferable. I think that's pretty good. A little bit left. We're up on the top tier. Yeah, I like that. Still got a lengthy putt, but we're there for 3. All right, so we have a little over 20 feet to the pin. Mostly uphill, gentle uphill. A little bit of left to right, I would say, but not much. I'm probably this left edge of the hole and see how we go. Pace was pretty quick on the practice green. Birdie. Nice. Okay, so nice to get a birdie on the par 5s. We have a front pin here on the par 3 second. It's probably about 100 yards to the pin. Got a pitching wedge in hand here. As always, we had this horrible sun. It's going to make it very difficult to see this ball, especially if it goes up a little. That's right at the pin. Ooh, that might have almost gone in the hole. Ran right past it. Yeah, so we've pitched it right here about 10 feet short of the hole, and it's run probably about 1.5 feet left of the pin to the back behind it. So that was not too far away. Got about 16 feet to the pin. It's a tricky bit. It's definitely downhill, and like I said, it's quick. It does come in a little bit on this side, but not much. So I think we'll go straight at this one too and just try and get it close. Weight's going to be the main goal here. Get it within a couple of feet. Keep running, keep running, keep running. All right, a little scared of it, but we've left it a short putt for par. All right, good par. Better leave it a little short than a mile past. Okay, well, we're off to a good start here. We're here on the third par 4. This hole is actually drivable for me. It's about 215 yards to the front of the green. The guy in front of me looks like a decent golfer, but he just made a mess of this hole. He hit a short chip over into the bunker on the right, and I think it took 2 or 3 shots to get out. Threw his club back to his bag. Wasn't very happy with himself. Oh, duffed it. All right, so after that terrible drive, we're out here on the left. We need to, I don't think we can go under the trees unless I just punch it out to there. We're only about 130 from the middle of the green, which would be a 8 iron. That might not go high enough. I think if I hit a 9, I can maybe get to the front of the green and get over these trees. Yeah, I think if I hit the trees, it'll drop down there. I'll have a chip to the green anyway. So let's keep this in our normal neutral stance. Try and hit my classic high one up over there. Well, we're going to be short. Are we over the bunker? Yes, all right, that's pretty good. Okay, so we definitely hit a good shot there. We managed to easily clear the first bunker, come up short of the second. We do have to chip kind of over it. Probably look to be a little left of the pin anyway here. So it's over the edge of this bunker. If I can hit it into the bank, we should pop up pretty well. Maybe just on top. All right. Just a good clean strike. Weight in the front foot, lean forward on the club. It's going to be just a fraction long, but that's stayed on the green. That's a makeable putt. Okay, so let's run out to the back here. We've got about a 30-foot putt. We're looking at quite a bit of right to left. Pretty neutral for length, so we need to start this pretty high on the right, I would say. And once again, if we get a bogey out of this, I'll be happy enough since we had that terrible tee shot. Just a little fast. We had the line pretty good on that, just hit it a bit too quick. And this is no gimme, but we got it. Okay, the tees are way forward today. Even the white tees are just here on this front section. So these yellows mean we have about 120 to the middle of the green, which is roughly where the pin should be. I'm going to hit a pitching wedge, which went about 110 last time. We'll hopefully leave it on the downside of the green. Don't think didn't hit that firmly enough. Just short. All right, I don't think we got the acceleration through that tee shot that we should have. Definitely didn't compress the ball. It went kind of high. So looked ourselves, we're about, well, 30 to the middle. I think it's a little bit deeper. So a bit over a 30-yard pitch. Goal here is to get this in range to be able to make a par and putt it. It's a little short. I caught the ground a bit early, but we got it up below the hole. All right, we've left this about 24 feet short. Slightly uphill, but not a lot. And I think a little bit of left to right break, but not very much. It's almost straight uphill. Let's try and get this close, make sure we at least get the bogey. Left it short again. Very difficult to judge the weight at the moment. They're pretty quick. We got the bogey. So as you can see, you know, we birdied and parred the first two holes. Pressure starts to come on. It's what this is all about. All right, here we are on the par 4, 5th hole. Because this is a par 5 for the ladies, the red tees don't give us as much advantage. We're only about less than 10 yards in front of the yellow tees, which makes this hole still fairly challenging, but in general the tees are a bit forward today, so that's good. Our goal here, let's try and start it on the right with a little bit of draw. Avoid the bunker on the left and the road and see if we can get out there. So we'll strengthen our grip a little just to try and get the draw out of it. Aim a little bit to the right. Now we've drawn it all right, but we didn't start it straight. We pulled it around. We're actually coming up just short of the bunker though, not a great hit. Drivers, I mean, it's very cold this morning and my driver's not feeling great. So we only just stayed short of the bunker. In fact, we're on some of the sandy crap that's on the outside of it here. I don't believe this is the bunker. We've got about 207 to the front of the green. So the goal here is just to get a clean 3-wood off this fairly thin lie. Yeah, had a bit of trouble getting that up. All right, we got it over the bunker into range of the green. Right, so for some reason we didn't record the previous shot. We ended up in fairly heavy wet rough, about 150 yards out from a front pin. Hit a 6-iron out of the heavy grass It hit this mound here and kicked to the right, which is a little bit of an unlucky bounce. Otherwise, I think we'd have been just shy of the front of the green. But either way, we're still not far from the hole. If we can get this up and down for a bogey on this hole, I won't be too sad. Sit down. Oh, we're happy with that. All right, we should be pretty much straight uphill here, especially if we hit it firmly at the hole. All right, we got the bogey. Bad tee shot, bad second shot, so happy enough to get a bogey out of that. Okay, so we've got a back pin from the front here. It's 108 to the back of the green, so just under 100. So we're not going to need a full pitching wedge if we compress the ball well. Once again, we're going to have the sun in our eyes here, which will make this very hard for me to track. Hopefully the camera picks it up okay. May need to use it to find my ball. I hit that high and right. Yeah, that's way short and to the right. Not a great shot. Okay, so our goal here is to try and get up and down, but at worst get a bogey. So it's going to run a little bit right to left, I think, but maybe flat, and it does run off the back of this. So what I don't want to do is send this over the back of the green. If I can leave it just this side of the pin, that would be ideal. We've got a bit over, probably about 25, 30 yards to the pin. It's pretty good. It did kick left, unfortunately. Yeah, it kicked too far left and it's run across the green. Yeah, getting up here and seeing it, it probably would have run quite a long way past the hole if it had been straighter. It may have even run off the green. So, all right, let's try and lag this up. We've still got about 16, 17 feet. There it should go that way, but it doesn't feel like it. We'll trust the book. We'll go a little bit left to the pin, maybe straight at it. Left it significantly short. Line was good. That's a 4. As long as we don't get worse than bogeys, we have a chance to hit some pars and birdies at some stage. Okay, the par 5 7th hole here is just under 400 yards to the front of the green from here with a front pin. Tuesday I was hitting some of my drives up, nudging towards 230. So if we can just get a clean drive away here, we'll have a chance of getting there in 2. All right, it's going to fade to the right, but that should be okay. I think we'll get past the trees if it didn't hit it, and we should be able to come into the green from there. Okay, because we've run into the rough, we've only hit this about 185, so we're still 208 out from the green, but that's definitely close enough to get it near the green with the 3-wood, and I think we shouldn't be able to go into the bunker from here. So it'll give us a short chip up the green. It's going to be good. That'll be just short of the bunker, right in the fairway. All right, so other than maybe hitting it a little further, we couldn't have placed that much better. We're about, I'd say 35 to 40 from the pin, which is at the front of this green. Main goal here is to try and get it on the putting surface if we can. So we're going to have to land it short. It's just a matter of how much it pulls up. And bounce up. It's kicked right. It's a good length, but long way to the right. All right, well, we've given ourselves a chance at birdie, but main goal here is 2-putt and get away with the par here. As you can see, it's probably, or maybe you can't, but it's probably would have been about 10 feet past the hole, even though I landed it well short and bounced it up. So not an easy chip to get it close here. Definitely some right to left in this and a little bit down. It's going to go down to the left. Pretty neutral as far as up and down goes, other than it falling away. We're going across the hill a little bit. See if we can get the weight on this one a little bit better. It's going to be right at it. Oh, we hit the hole. I thought that was dripping in. It was a perfect weight, almost perfect line. Okay, weather's starting to warm up just a little bit here. Not quite take off the jacket time, but hands are definitely not feeling cold anymore. We got about 243 to the front of the green from here. Anything up the fairway is going to leave us with a nice shot into the green. So way left, so it goes through the tree. I didn't hear any noises. If that's kept going, I think we're going to be okay. Well, we've got a good result here. We've almost gone to the 9th tee, but we have a very clear shot out to the pin. About 85 yards to the middle, which is where the pin should be. I should be there. Yeah, we're on the green, a little to the right. All right, so we've hit that pretty much pin high from the angle we were at. So length was perfect. About 24 feet to the pin. Fairly gentle slope here, but anything that is there is right to left. Certainly how it looks. So yeah, just get a good weight on this, get it up there beside the hole, and allow for it to break just a little bit right to left. Very happy with that putt. Tap in par, it's always nice. Okay, 9th hole. This par 4 off the back tees always feels a bit like a par 5 to me. It's well over 400 yards, up around 450 I think. But from here we're around 290 to the front of the green, less about 300 to the middle. So just once again, anything down the middle would work. So I'm not even going to try and get a draw on this one. We're just going to try and start it at the 150, trying to get too far right. Yeah, that'll be great. A little bit of drift to the right, but nothing that'll get us in trouble. Yeah, left to the hump. All right, so another monster drive. We've gone just over 200 yards. It ran into the rough, so it would have slowed it down a little. Maybe we would have got 2.5, 2.10. Main goal, though, is to be in range, right? So we're about 100 yards to the middle, 110 to the back. What we don't want to do is go over this green. So our 3/4 pitching wedge should be pretty good at accelerated 3/4 pitching wedge. So the beauty of playing off these red tees is it makes me really focus in on the short game and making sure we score. I think that'll be pretty good. Oh no, it came up just short of the green. I thought that was going to land on and run forward. Okay, definitely a shot that a couple months ago I probably would have putted, but we've got quite a bit of grass between us and the green. So let's try and chip one in close enough to give ourselves a chance at par. It should break left to right, I believe. It's not bad. We've got an uphill putt, about 10 feet though. Yeah, as I thought, right around that 10-foot range. It looks straight up though, and based on the book, I think this might be a section where it is pretty much straight at the hole. And it's uphill, it's quite a steep uphill in this little bit here. Oh, we got him. Yes. All right, I'm very happy to get a par out of that. I thought I'd left that chip a little too short, but I felt good about putting that straight uphill. So we've turned in a bit in 3 over par. Let's see if we can keep this going. We're definitely on track to break 80. Got to really try and keep that concentration going with the putts and chips and just get those drives in play. Okay, so we're starting here off the back 9. This par 5 is quite a different hole from the red tee. So from back there, you're hitting around the corner, and these big trees here on the right are right on the corner. So anything that goes a little bit right has a good chance of hitting those trees. From up here, it's about 356 to the middle of the green. So a good drive down there and a good second shot will get us on the green in 2. I didn't see that. That sounded like it hit the ground in front of me. Well, we're certainly not hitting the driver like we did on Tuesday, which is about the only thing that was working on Tuesday. We've skimmed that. I don't think it went much more than a foot off the ground to here, which is why I lost track of it. We're not going to make the green in 2, unfortunately, but we are only 211 out. Any 3-wood that gets down into the little valley in front of the hole would be fine. That's not a good hit either, and it's gone left, which means tree trouble. Well, we've at least hit that far enough to get in range with an iron. So we're at 154 to the middle of the green. Wind's blowing in off the right. Let's do a 6 iron. If we end up short, chipping up, getting out of a bogey without this will be fine. We've hit that well, just a little bit left. Oh, big bounce. Let's see what that is. It looked like that went over the bunker. I'm worried it hit a sprinkler head. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I guess I saw something else because it looks like. No, I think we hit. Yeah, I think we hit there, kicked up high, bounced in, landed soft, and rolled to here. So I thought it had hit up here and kicked long, which would have been bad because there's water over the back of this green. So we're not too bad here. All right, ball tends to come out a little to the right when I hit out of. No, a little to the left when I hit out of the bunkers. Oh, we pushed it right. Great length. We may have left ourselves with a downhill putt. All right, so for some reason I didn't hit record on that last hole for the putt. We had about a 15-footer downhill, breaking a little bit left to right. Managed to just miss the hole on the high side, but it ran, I only touched it, but it ran about 6 feet past. Made the putt back up the hill though, which I was very happy about. We got away with a bogey. We're now here on the par 3, much different hole from up the front here. We have a back pin. We've got about 135 to the pin. Got an 8-iron in hand. We've faded it to the right, kicking just to the right of the bunker. Not a great shot. Okay, it's probably our worst iron today off the tee. We've left ourselves a good 30 or so feet over the bunker here to the pin. I think if we just land it on the front edge, it'll probably run up. That's going to be pretty good, I think. Yeah, that's 4 or 5 feet from the hole. I love that. All right, very happy with that chip. Here in 2. We've definitely got some break here. It's a tricky putt. I'm not 100% confident on this one. Yeah, it was all downhill with break. I literally started that rolling and we saw what happened. All right, that's a 4. All right, so even though we're a long way forward, my GPS would have you believe that the water is only about 150 yards to clear. But the problem is it angles away. And I hit a really good driver here on Tuesday and still went in the water because I went a little bit left. So my normal play here is just to lay up to the 150 marker. Since I'm so far forward, we're going to be hitting a 9-iron and just try and get it up there on that plateau in front. It's not great, but anything forward is okay, yeah. All right, so like I said, not a great shot, but we're still only about 180 to the middle. It's a front pin, so in the 170, 180 range. Got my 7-wood in hand, bit of left to right wind. See if we can get a clean hit somewhere up there near the green. Come out pretty good. Not sure if we got enough on it or not. Yeah, we're just going to be at the bottom of the hill, but not bad with that downhill lie coming out of the thick grass. So we're looking to chip this up to the top. Sit down. Oh, it kicked right. Well, as well as kicking to the right, it's also run off the edge a little bit here. I think we will putt this one though. A little bit of right to left. It's downhill most of the way. See if we can nestle this up close. I left it short. Oh, that just broke to the right. Dang, and it's quick. Well, that's our first double bogey. You can see how quickly it can get away. All right, so we're coming up here. So it just goes to show the importance of getting that first putt right, getting the length right, and having a short second putt. We nearly made it, but not quite. So we're coming into the 3 hardest holes on the back 9, but off these red tees, it's quite a different hole. I'm actually going to step a little further to the left here. That tree is still overhanging. Obviously a terrible drive, but we did at least get it to the top of the hill so we can see the green. We're front pin, about 160 to the front, going into a bit of a wind. I think I'll try and hit the 7-iron, a 7-wood again. If we're a little long, we'll be on the green still. especially since we're coming out of the rough. A little bit of headwind, mostly right to left, but a little into us. Just a good clean contact here is all I'm looking for. That should be pretty good if it's got enough on it. It did come out soft out of that grass, but it's going, yeah, just short of the green, I think. Okay, so not a terrible shot from where we were. Little chip here to a front pin. Go in the hole, please. We'll take that though, it's going to give us a par. In the words of Wesley Bryant, I'll tap. All right, we're back with a par. Gonna need a few pars and birdies to finish off here. There we go, that'll work. That should be over the 150. And actually we'll be hitting up from the right side, which is good because the green slopes away to the right. Okay, so like I said, we're on the right side of the fairway, hitting across this green, all slopes left to right. So anything that hits the middle of the green should go down towards the pin. It's not too downhill where the flag is, so if we're a little bit above it, it shouldn't be a too nasty a downhill putt. Main goal is to get our length right here. I've got a 9-iron going about 120 yards to the center of the green. It's going to run off the back, I think. Back edge of the green. Okay, we got a putt from there. All right, we're about 5 feet off the back of the green here. These sprinkler heads are not in my way, so I think I'm going to putt this. It's definitely going to break right to left. And now sit down. Sit. Didn't break at all. And it kept running. Whew. I really thought I had the weight okay on that one, but it took off. No, that's too low. Tap in bogey. Okay, hardest hole on the course. We are up front. It's only about 330 to the middle of the green. We're heading into a reasonably stiff wind though. You probably can't tell. And it's up and down, yeah. It's still blowing around up there. We've hit that high and left. I don't know if that clears the bunker. All right, well, we basically hit a chip shot with our driver there, so we've come up just short of the bunker, which is good. We're in the rough, but it's sitting up pretty well, and we're going to be hitting a 3-wood. About 194 to the middle of the green. Wind off the right to left. What the hell? Bad lapse in concentration then. I hit my 3-wood best when I drive down into it, especially out of the rough, and I did not do that. So we've got about 140, 145 to the pin, and I hit a 7-iron here. That's not bad. That's pin high, a little to the right. Well, that was deceiving. I've come up quite a bit short of what I thought. I thought I saw it land on the green up there. My eyes obviously didn't perceive it very well. So we've got it quite a ways up here. Main goal is to get this somewhere near the pin, maybe a little right to left break. Little quick, the long way. It's going to be a struggle just to get a double bogey here. No. All right, that's a double. Okay, 16th hole's par 5. About 426, 424 to the middle. All right, so we're currently 10 over par. We definitely need to get ourselves a birdie to have any chance of breaking 80. All right, that's a decent start. It's not a great hit, but it should be up around 200 plus. It's just over 200 yards, I'd say. Okay, so we've gone just past 200 yards. Too much fade on that one, causes us to lose distance, but we're about 222 from the middle of the green. Try and get this in range for a short chip. Yeah, that'll be good. It's fading. A lot of curl, took some distance off, but we definitely have a close approach shot. Okay, we've got about 50 yards to the middle, just under 50. It's a back pin. I'm going to play the sand wedge, which is usually about this length, but one I haven't played a lot. So a little risk here, but no, I've seen it. That's way through. Got caught by a bunker to stop it from going on the road. So we're going to have to actually chip this again. I'd hope to be able to at least putt it, but it's rolled down into the long grass. It's as good as I could do. We've messed this up pretty badly. Wasn't confident about that sand wedge, but I really wanted to try the shot. Okay. So we've got middle pin at 100 yards. Try and hit a wedge there. Got a bit of tailwind here. On the right side of the green. Not sure if we stayed on or not. Well, we've hit it pinned high, but way over on the right side of the green, pins on the left side. Got a good 40, 50 feet here, down to the right. Also going to be a quick one. I think that's a good weight. Oh, it pulled up though. Went down the hill and then stopped at the end there. We made the par. So this hole last year, the 18th, is a very different experience from playing off the other tees. They are way, way back there with a big valley in between. I think it's like 240 over the clubhouse to the greens, dog leg. So you're pretty much aiming to just lay up there. From here, the front of the green is 186 yards away. So I'm going to be trying, I got the wind's coming right to left and a little helping. So I'm trying to hit a 3-wood off a low tee. See this, so I have to wait for the green to clear. I think they're just about to pick up, yeah. Oh, that's going to be good, I think, if it carries. It's right on the, oh, it's come up just short of the green. I thought that would have got there, but it had a bit too much fade on it. Never getting that tee out of the ground. Well, we definitely could have hit a driver here. Coming down the fairway as I got down here, the wind swirls around here. It's 10 mile an hour straight into my face. So not surprising it didn't make it. We've hit at 180 with the 3-wood. That's straight into a strong wind. Not a great strike, but we've got puttable. We've got about a 12-footer right to left for birdie. Probably not a lot of right to left though. I think it's mostly uphill. Oh, it broke away to the right at the end. It should have gone the other way. And we got a par. So that'll be an 11 over, which is 82. All right, well, so we finished 11 over with an 82. We didn't break 80, but we can certainly see how we could do that easily enough, maybe even lower. Front nine was good with a 3 over. It's feeling pretty good, but we hit some really ordinary drives on that back nine. Chipping and putting I felt pretty good about. So, and even the mid-length irons were not too bad. So if we can get the drivers and 3-woods going well, which normally have been decent for me, but I have been working on the driver, trying to get a bit more length. So once I get that into a groove, hopefully we can start to shoot a little bit lower. 12 over is actually playing to my handicap on the red tees, and we had 11 over. So we beat our handicap at least. Hi, this is future me. So one of the things that I didn't find out until I went to post this score onto the GHIN app is that for men off the red tees, the par for the course actually changes quite a bit. So the 2 par 5s on the front nine, the first and the 7th holes, become par 4s, and the par 4 third hole becomes a par 3, quite a long par 3 at that. And then on the back nine, the 10th hole, the first par 5, also becomes a par 4, which means instead of being a par 35 and 36, the front nine becomes a par 32 and the back nine becomes a par 35, giving us a total of par 67 for the course. This explains why my handicap is 12 off the red tees. I thought it would actually be lower. That's because the par is actually lower as well. So going forward, if I play off the red tees, I'll be more accurate about what the par of the hole is as we're playing. That's why some of the holes didn't match what we would expect. So the rating for the course is only 63.4, and the slope rating is 104, which is very, very low for both of those. All of this means that instead of shooting 11 over par, I actually shot a 15 over par. And then with the course ratings, my differential was a 20.2. So in the end, it wasn't a very good round as far as handicapping is concerned. We are, however, holding it a 17.4 handicap. So with that, I'm going to end the video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.